Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to my completed pages video for the month of August. Yes, finally, after not coloring for basically what was like 3 months, didn't color for like a little season. I have finally done some pages that I can show you. It's about 45-ish. And I don't really know what happened, but I just didn't feel like coloring. Instead, I felt like diamond painting, and I have done almost nothing except for diamond painting since May. So May, June, July, I did not really have enough pages to warrant for a video, but now I have. And without further ado, let's get right into them. I'm so glad I can finally show you completed pages again. So the first one is in Coloring Book Cafe's Cozy Corners, and I did this very simple one. I didn't feel like adding any shading. I just did straight coloring with colored pencils and added some white dots for embellishments. So yeah, that's it. Very simple, very cute, but it's a page done, right? In Cozy Corners. Then I touched Garden Corners by Hikaru Coates, and I basically did not actually count that as a page. I only did the little title page here. Very cute with some glitter Posca pens. I think it was Posca. I'm not sure. Was it Posca? I don't know. It's been a while since I colored that. But yeah, this is the title page of Garden Corners. Then I did two pages in Little Cuties, and the first one is these two little cuties chilling out in front of their little mushroom hut. Again, colored pencils, basically no shading, a little bit of embellishment. And I also did these two cuties. They look pretty happy for two people basically adrift in an umbrella, and the land is pretty far away, but yeah. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. They look super cute, having fun. That was little cuties. Then in Simple Art by Coco Wayo, I did this moth. Again, colored pencils, no shading, burnished, but not as much as I burnished here. Man, this paper looks mangled. But yeah, this is the completed page. Let's focus on that one. And I also did the castle that is in a book because it's cute, you know. Hey, 2 pages done in Simple Art. Then in 100 Bold and Easy by Jade Summer, I did not do this one. I did this one. It's the cute little teddy bear. Again, colored pencils, very simple, very cute. Just something to get in the mood of coloring again after not coloring for 3 months. I can't believe it. But yeah, cute little teddy in Bold and Easy. Then we have Cozy Season Chibi Animals by Fun and Learn CEO Publishing, and I actually did the title page that I didn't count as a page. And I call it these things because they were just there. And then I did this very first page, again, very simple, just something to get some color on the page after a bit of a coloring slump. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. It's a cute little cat. Again, all the artwork in here is super simple, but also super cute. Looking forward to working more in this one. Then I worked a bit in Southern Lotus's Spooky Corner, and I didn't count these as pages as well. It was just the title page in here, and then the little coffin here. It's a bit like Polly Pocket, but as a coffin. Cute. But yeah, a bit work done in here. Then I did a page in Cute Fantasy Adventure by Little Nook, and it was this one. I think it looks so cute. It's two froggies riding a turtle. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of the white dot embellishments that I sometimes go pretty overboard with, just some on the turtle's back and on the tree up here. So yeah, I like how it turned out. I used Color. Yeah, that's why it looks a tad bit streaky here, because I usually use either Ardex or Castle Arts, and they're just a bit more pigmented. But I have a lot of Color, and I do need to use up my sets, so I decided to use Color. And yeah, I do think it turned out well, though. I do like it. It's cute. In Cute Fantasy Adventure. Then I worked in Tiny Gardens by Coloring Book Cafe, also a very cute book. And I did this cute little caterpillar on top of a mushroom house. I think looks very adorable. Again, didn't use too many of the white dot embellishments, but I like how it turned out again. I think this was Castle Arts. Yeah. So you can see it does not look streaky. It has a bit more wax bloom because there's more pigment. I don't know if the wax bloom comes from the pigment. It doesn't, does it? It comes from the wax. I'm an idiot. Sometimes I should think before I talk. But yeah, cute little page done in Tiny Gardens. Then we're getting to the Disney pages, and I have worked again in portraits, which you can see here. Yeah, because I do a black acrylic paint frame. Sometimes the paint goes where it's not supposed to go. But yeah, I did Aurora. Is this Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty? I swear, I have not seen both movies and I always confuse these two, but I think she's Sleeping Beauty. And I've done Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove. Again, all colored pencils. This was Ardex, by the way. And I did Nick and Judy, right? Judy. I've seen Zootopia once. Judy Hopps. Yes. I have not completely forgotten it. This is a movie I should definitely watch again because I thought it was very cute. I loved the characters, very funny. And yeah, those were my 3 pages in portraits. Then I worked in Trompe-l'œil, Heroes versus Villains. I'm not even gonna try the French pronunciation, guys. Not even gonna try. But yeah, I did Beast in acrylic paint. And I like how it turned out. The acrylic paint finish is always very smooth, very consistent, and yeah, you can't see any of the lines and numbers, and especially in that case, the Trompe-l'œil, the optical illusions, always have another image on top of the actual image, so doing those with colored pencils, in my opinion, is not really an option because, you know, you would just see too much chaos. So yeah, I like how this one turned out. In this one. Then we have Chiot and Chien, the dogs and puppies. Well, puppies and dogs, because chien is dog in French. I know that much. And I did Goofy, but I used a different acrylic paint than I usually do. And that's why I do not like the glossy finish. I really prefer the matte finish, like this one. But yeah, I know better now and will not do again, but I'm glad I used it on one of those pages that have the traditional, like the Mickey and Co. characters, because I don't care for them too much, to be honest. I just did that page because it was next in line, and yeah, I'm glad to have another page finished in this one, and I will not use those glossy paints again. But yeah. Next up is portraits, and what did I actually do in here? Oh yeah, right, I did Mulan. It's not a portrait actually, it's like a half body image, but okay. And yeah, I like how the image turned out. I actually made it quite a lot brighter than it was originally, if I can show you that. Yeah, so the original image was very dark and it was giving a very dark color palette, and I was just, nope. Not gonna do that, bitch. I'm gonna make it bright and shiny. And it's not shiny because I used matte paints. Yay, go me. But I do like the brighter version of it. Unfortunately, there is a bit of a darker piece of paint here. Piece of paint. I'm dumb. My English is not Englishing today. I'm sorry. But yeah, when you mix paint and then you forget one part and then you have to mix it again and you just don't get it right. Yeah, this is what it looks like. But you know, there's always time and opportunity to go over it one day again. But there was portraits. Then we have Le Grand Classique Spécial Portrait. Oh, my English is not Englishing today, but my French is Frenching, baby. My French is no, not really. Who am I kidding? But anyway, this is Hero. He looks so cute. I worked a lot with acrylic paint this month because, yeah, the images turn out the best. I don't always feel like working with acrylic paint because it takes a long time, because you have to use the brush and everything. And I don't want to use acrylic markers or acrylic paint pens because they always turn out streaky. I just like the paint finish a lot better. And yeah, love how Hero turned out. Gonna work more in this lovely book. Then we have Trompe-l'œil. This is a pretty old volume. It's from... Oh no, 2018, not that old. I think they started 2015. The very first Le Grand Classique book was released in 2015, which is 10 years ago. amazing, guys. Oh yeah, and I did Jafar for this month. And yeah, what can I say? It's Jafar. Yeah, being his greedy self, looking at, I don't know, a scroll, a parchment. Haven't seen the movie in a while, but I think he's looking at some sort of scripture here. But yeah, acrylic paint. Lovely finish. Oh, yeah, and as you can see, I already did in black pencil the line art for the next image here, which is going to be Ariel. Looking forward to that one. Then we have Tremblay Tome 2. And I did the very first page in here, which is the lovely, lovely Pocahontas. Again, acrylic paint. Looks very nice. Yeah, I like how it turned out. I think I did like 3 or 4 images simultaneously because when you use acrylic paint, you have to wait for certain layers to dry, and there always are paint specks ending up here. God damn it. But yeah, the woes of acrylic paint. But the finish is beautiful. Yes, I love it. Want to do more in this lovely book? And Tremblay Tome 3! We worked in all the Tremblay this month. Woo! Go us! And it's Genie. Doesn't he look cute? The paint specks, I swear, God, to swear to God. Go away. Go away, fucking paint speck. Yeah. Nice. I really like how bright and vivid he turned out. Oh yeah, by the way, this book does actually not have the very thick black lines, so I just added them. The actual image looks like that, and it has very fine lines. Here it doesn't have a line at all, but I just made it all have black lines, and I really like how it turned out. I really think it pops off the page right into your face and knocks you down. No, I'm starting to feel the caffeine, I'm afraid. Yeah, Tremblay Tome 3. I have done a lot of Disney pages this month. Awesome. Best here, we have done... Oh, yeah, right. We have done Flounder. We have done Flounder. And I like the image, but it turned out a little bit darker than it was originally meant to be. So we have a greenish teal kind of color, and it's just more like emerald green here, but I had to mix the colors, and the thing with acrylic paint is it always dries darker than it looks when it's all juicy. But yeah, I still like how it turned out. At least he is very bright and popping right off of the page. So another one done in Bestiaire. And I even did 2 in babies. I don't work in this a lot. I actually picked a couple of books that I don't often work in for this month. So I have done Bambi. And the funny thing is, I never watched Bambi. I always thought Bambi is a girl because Bambi sounds girlish, but it's actually a boy, right? Bambi is a boy. Never knew that. Interesting. But yeah, we also did Baby Minnie. Oh my god, he's so cute. I actually came back to this picture because I had done the blue background and nothing else, and I thought, yeah, this page is calling to me, I'ma finish it. And she looks super cute and adorable, and those were the 2 pages done in babies. And then I also worked a bunch in the Coloriage Magique Mystère, the less complicated ones. And I used colored pencils in this one, and what happened here? Ooh, I have to go over this again and make it a little whiter because I apparently dipped my brush in a bit of gray. But yeah, I did this cute page in here. This was one of the more recent ones of the Coloriage Magique, and I think I just did, yeah, I think the first 3 pages in here. So I did Bernard and Bianca. I hope those are their English names as well, because the German dub just called them Bernhard und Bianca, which, yeah, I hope those are their real names, because sometimes they change the names for some reason, like Moana and Vaiana. But yeah, I also did Cusco, and I did, oh yeah, in German it was Cap and Capper. I think it was the Fox and the Hound. So were they still called Cap and Kappa in the English dub, in the original? I don't know. But yeah, very cute images in here. Oh, yeah, and there are even more of them. And if you're still here and you're still watching this, it might be time to like and subscribe if you have not done that. Because if you wouldn't like, you probably wouldn't watch anymore, right? I'm so sneaky that I got that in there. But yeah. Oh, the images in here are so cute. Wait, wait. Oh, yeah, right. I did all of those. Yeah, right. And then those two I have done more recently. Baby Aladdin, well, baby, little Aladdin and little Ariel. Very cute, those two. And the reason I don't work with acrylic paint in here is because it just gets a bit too tedious when you because there are no lines, you would have to draw the lines, the whole character before, and then draw everything back in once you did the paint. And then I don't want to do that, to be honest. That's just a bit too much for me. So I just use colored pencils, and I do like how the images turn out. It's enough for me. If it's not enough for you, screw you. No, just kidding. Please stay. Yeah, the caffeine is definitely getting to me. But again, the images in here are super adorable. I'm also thinking about getting the Petite Poupée color by number one that I've been seeing on other people's channels. So maybe. But yeah, there was that one. Then I colored in Kawaii Girls, and I did this cute little girl. And yeah, I really like the color combination. Pink, a vivid green, and blonde hair. Also blue eyes. Yeah, pretty simple, but I like it. Another page. I think this is my only anime themed page this month. I usually do a lot more, but yeah, I don't know. This was the only page that I felt like doing, and it was in Kawaii Girls by Erin Zen. Oh, look, it's an actual Camellia Angel Cova finished page. Who would have thought that? I have like all of her books, and I don't color enough. I mean, I've done a lot of whips, but yeah. But hey, I did this cute little page, The Sun and the Moon, with colored pencils. Yep. Oh my god, look at the mangled paper. It's just when you burnish, it's like violence. But yeah. I also used gold acrylic paint for the stars, so you have a little bit of shiny. But yeah, it's very cute, very simple. I like how it turned out. At least it's a Camellia Angel cover page. You don't have them a lot here on this channel, unfortunately. I hope that changes. Yeah, next. Then I worked in Fresh Glow by Southern Lotus, and I did these two cuties. And I don't know, but for some reason, I did not make the owls brown like their natural color. I think the reason I did them was because I still had I think is it Double Trouble? But there is a book by Coco Wayo that features a blue and a pink owl on the cover. And for some reason that was just stuck in my head when I looked at this image. So yeah, I colored them blue and pink, and they look so cute. This was done with Ardex colored pencils, right? No marker base. Nope, no nothing. Just, oh, also this image is so cute. Oh my god, I'm seeing this and I want to immediately color it. But yeah, I mean, the images in here are very similar to the Bold and Easy Square books that you find so much. I think I'm just gonna leave that out and color more in this one. Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah, very cute book, and I'm happy with how this page turned out. Yeah, Fresh Glow. Then we have Easy Peasy by Coco Wayo, and I'm also not finishing enough Coco Wayo pages because I have so many of their books. Oh my god. But yeah, again, coloring and collecting coloring books are two separate hobbies. So yeah, I love succulents. I love their different colors. I tried to mirror that with the way I colored them here. And yeah, I'm happy how the page turned out. All colored pencils, and this is also a book I hope to work more in. It's quite pretty. Beautiful images in here. Also, I have like a roster of coloring books that I work in a lot, but I do want to change things up every once in a while, because otherwise I might get into a slump again, and we don't want that. No, easy peasy. Then Fantasy Kawaii Kingdom by Daily Art Hour. This is like volume 1. Ah, but it's the collector's edition, that's why it's so thick. So it actually has several books. Even though it says it has like I don't know, but I think it's a compilation of at least 2 of their books, but I don't think they separated them. But yeah, no matter. Let me show you. So these pages actually helped me get out of my coloring slump, because I was looking for a book that is not too precious to me. Sorry, Daily Art Hour. But I mean, the artwork in here is pretty simple and pretty, you know, childish. Doesn't look too professional. Sorry. I don't. No shade, no shade. But yeah, it's usually not what I'm going for. And I just wanted to put color on a page, and I thought for that, this book was actually perfect. So I did the little griffin. As you can see, almost no shade. I did a bit of shading down here. But other than, oh yeah, I also did some shading in the moon, but that was that. And then this cute little dragon. I don't know what happened with the tail, because he has like a dragon crocodile tail, but also here's some fluff. So I don't know. I actually don't think that these pages are AI. I think someone did draw them. I just don't know what happened with that tail. Maybe it was just their way of doing, you know, fantasy stuff, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, these 2 pages helped me a lot getting out of my coloring slump, so I'm actually glad I did them in Fantasy Kawaii Kingdom. Then another book that I started at the very beginning of when I got my coloring mojo back is Minimalist Art by Sudden Lotus, and I just again did some very, very simple, just colored pencil without shading on a page, and I did the same here. And then I did this abomination, and I thought, oh yeah, why not? And except for the blue leaves, everything is acrylic paint. The blue leaves are actually colored pencil, but everything else is acrylic paint. I used a an impressively opaque paint. It's not just pastel color, it's also very opaque. For like, this was a €5 set from Aldi, literally. And it's really nice. It's a beautiful pastel pink, and it's opaque. It cost almost nothing, and the rest is Arteza. Like, these 2 are Arteza metallic paint, and the gold is from a local store. But yeah, I made a very simple and quick page into something that took way, way longer than anyone ever wanted. But you know, I think it looks okay. It looks nice. It does certainly look better than the other 2 that were just, you know, done to, again, get some color on the page. But yeah, actually, I quite like it. I might do that again in minimalist art. Then we have Color by Number Animals by Jade Summer. This is such a beautiful book. And I did the second page. I did the hummingbird. I think it's a hummingbird. And what I like to do with these pages is I actually do give them an alcohol marker base, and then I just follow the lines and give them a bit more 3-dimensional effect with colored pencils. And I really like how they turn out. And I hope to work more in them. The next image would be the giraffe. I might do that for next month, but yeah. Oh, I also changed a bit because the colors were actually grayish. So was actually that color range for the wings, but I changed it to blue because I thought it would look better. And yeah, I like how it looks. Very nice page and beautiful Color by Number book by Jade Summer. I highly recommend. Then I also worked in Stained Glass Animals by Adam Davis, and I work from back to front because I do, oops, there you go, because I do use colored pencils and I don't, alcohol markers, there you go, brain, work, it's your job. So yeah, since the alcohol markers kind of destroy your color palette for the following image, I have to work from back to front, and I did the cheetah, and I think he or she, they, you gotta get your pronouns right, you know, they turned out beautiful. Yeah. Also, a good way to actually use up the many, many alcohol marker sets that I have and barely use. But yeah, I like how it turned out in Stained Glass Animals. Then we have Birds by, is it Sun Life Drawing? Yeah, it's Sun Life Drawing, Birds. So this is just very simple alcohol marker coloring that I actually only used to color in books like these when I started coloring, but I did eventually branch out and I wanted a bit more control over my coloring. But every once in a while, I just enjoy these really simple, mindless pages. Same goes for Color by Number Animal Mosaic. I think that's also Sun Life Drawing, right? Sun Life Drawing, yep. So I did the seal, and I did the cover image, which is the elephant. Yep, and I also have some whips in here because, you know, gotta finish some books, even if it's just a quick and simple color by number book. It's still an accomplishment. Animal Mosaic. Oh yeah, and then Mystery Mosaic, 80 Japanese Foods by Senong, and I tried a thing in here. I actually tried acrylic paint pens because I barely use them. But as you can see, it's streaky and it's not good. And I then went back to alcohol markers, so this page looks a little funny because it has the opaque acrylic paint pen and the not opaque alcohol marker. But I think if I ever feel like doing pixel color by number again, I will just, you know, stick to the basics and use some alcohol marker because I don't want it to turn out like this. Oh yeah, I also thought it would be fun to use some like copper acrylic paint pen because let's be creative, but no, I don't like how it turned out. Then we have the Colortronic books. I love them so much. I think due to my slump, I will probably not be able to finish them this year as I originally planned. But maybe, because I did 2 pages, I think, in each. So I did the geisha and I did the bison. Yeah, so I did 2. Which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only have 4 left. Actually, I could still totally finish that this year. So we'll see. We'll see. But the bison and the geisha are completed. And one day I will just have a complete flip through of this. And I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm also going to be sad because then it's done. But yeah, Colortronic. And then we also have Colortronic Animals. Did I also do 2 in this one? We'll see. So I did the frog with the black background. Did it originally have a black background or did I add that? Let me check real quick. Because I sometimes do that. If I feel like the background should have... Oh, no, it also had a black background. And I did the guinea pig. Very cute, very colorful. And how many do I have left in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I could finish. Maybe. I'm trying to finish these books. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Those were actually all my pages. If you're still here and you liked what you saw, you might want to give me a thumbs up. Maybe even leave a sub. Who knows? It's free. It helps the channel. I don't often use, you know, advertisement. But since you're here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and maybe, hopefully, see you in the next one. Bye.